Auto Trader pregame show is presented by Auto Trader. Finally, it's easy.
We return here on center court as we promised. Not only do we look back, we look forward, and we pay it forward with lessons from the pros to the kids who are out there. And it's not just about the game, it's about the swag you put on it to get that RESPECT. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Kai. I'm 12 years old, and I want to learn how to celebrate after a buzzer beater. Can you teach me?
Hey, what's up, Kai? This is D. Rose.
I told you, he's still got a quick first step.
Double clutch reverse scoop and score. Derrick Rose spins and score.
This is my approach on hitting the game winner.
Final 10 seconds. Tie ball game in New Orleans. Derrick with the drive. Over Holiday. Hits it as time runs out. Derrick Rose wins the ball game.
Hitting one at home.
Rose trying to get open, fires away.
Bang! It's over. The Bulls win at the buzzer.
Or hitting one on the road. I mean, I have the same expression. I never show that much emotion, but I would say I do love is hitting one on the road and taking the air out of the building on the road.
Derrick Rose at the buzzer.
It's all about spacing. When you're going up against a good defender, you got to create as much space as possible and just focus on the shot.
We're down to 3 seconds. 2. Derrick Rose. Never worried.
I'm on year 12. I'm able to stay focused and understand where I'm at in my career. I want to show people that I still have a lot left in the tank and cherish the moment.
Derrick Rose against Drew Holiday. That's it. It's over.
So, Kai, that's a game winner.
Well, every rose and then there's a thorn. They're celebrating in the suit. Oh, is that V-neck we're going with? Celebrate good times, but this time unsuited. I mean, that was a little bit like subdued. Candace? Oh, yeah.
Act like you've done it before.
That's right.
You know? Ain't nothing.
Zeke?
Well, y'all like Marshawn Lynch, like y'all shake your hands.
Oh, here it comes right now.
Celebrate.
Here it
That's how you
comes.
celebrate.
Here it comes. Grab the ball.
Yeah.
Grab the ball, Zeke.
Yeah.
Grab it.
See, I hadn't been there before. Y'all all cool. That was my first time in the end zone.
I mean, Candace was like, act as if I've been it.
Oh, no.
Okay, Clyde.
Take the charge. Oh, Candace.
Candace with the hops.
Oh, my. I thought I was going to take the charge.
Yeah.
I just love the screen grab and the facial expression.
I was like, oh, my.
I'd be more impressed if he kept that face the whole time.
Wait, if you'd have saw my face like damn.
Thursday, it is a dandy, a double dip, which includes two of the best in the biz, and LeBron and Luka. Center stage. Well, we're center court here on NBA TV. Thursday, big night all across.
I'm here with Landry Shamet. Landry, you know you come in tonight, you got to slow down Luka. What's the plan to keep him out the paint?
Just load to him. You know, he's a good player. He deserves the attention he gets. So he's center of our scouting report, obviously. So we just got to be tuned in, locked in, all 5 of us on the floor, not just the person guarding him. Try to give him different looks.
And for a guy like yourself, when the ball is moving, you're able to get open shots. How big is that for y'all got good ball movement tonight?
Not just for me, for all of us. You know, we've proven we play our best basketball when the ball's moving that way. So you know, that's what we do. That's what we got to do in order to be successful. Everybody benefits.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Landry Shamet, just part of that depth, and certainly Paul George part of it on the other side. But don't need to be so deep, though his teammates have helped out when you look at Luka Doncic and leading the team in all the major categories and has really put together, Candace, a season that even after all the expectations last year has exceeded those and then some.
Well, coming into your second year, you see defenses adjust to you. You know, in order to really know a player, you got to play against them. You can get all the scouting reports.
Right.
But in order to know a player, you have to play against them. And so the whole league had an opportunity the second year to adjust to Luka, and he's just added more to his game. That step back, I don't think anybody thought that he was going to shoot it at the percentage that he shoots it at. His size, his ability to change speeds. He's not fast, but he changes speeds. And he's a willing passer, and he makes winning plays. And he's not afraid of the moment. And I think that's the thing that has impressed me in the first 2 years of Luka.
You know, great, you talk about changing speeds. And by the way, it's not from overdrive to even faster than that. It's like just a walk to like a little faster than that. But he's blowing by guys because he seemingly has an understanding of the floor that most guys don't have. How frustrating is that for defenses that he's not even going faster than you and somehow he's getting to that spot and you're not?
Yeah, I mean, he plays with a great sort of tempo and a great pace. He's always under control. He gets to his spots. His shooting is so amazing. His step back, you always have to guard that. There's always the fear that he can, a little bit like a Steph Curry. Steph Curry is able to get by people. It's all sort of set up by his shooting in a lot of ways. Not that he's not a great ball handler, but similar, Luka and he reads the angles well. He gets you off balance. He's shifty. Steve Nash is probably better. Like, Steve Nash wasn't a super athletic guy, but he could get by you. And his balance is great. It's really remarkable what he's doing. He's putting on a clinic out there, but he's going to be tested because this team defensively is going to get after him. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the best on both sides of the ball.
Porzingis back. Expectations? A win?
I expect Porzingis to come out and play well. I think the first time back after the injury, he was a little nervous. I think now that he's had a chance to kind of sit out again, I expect him to come back and be a little bit more patient and a little bit more effective and efficient.
Tough, obviously, when you're shaking off the rust and then all of a sudden go sit back down. Or you can do it voluntarily. We call it load management. We'll manage until half. We'll see you then. Grade A with 3D on the side coming up. Express, delivery, and finish for Kawhi often, time and time again. Every time that he plays, as the Clippers have load managed a 27-10 end of the half that has all of us certainly thinking about them moving forward as we all wish the best and are thinking about Dwight Powell as well. We'll get to that in a second. Casey Stern, Grant Hill, Candace Parker, Isiah Thomas. Let's look at the dynamic duo as KP, after missing 10, returned Gio tonight to help out Batman, if you will, Luka to Don, and neither has really had or donned their best half. What have you seen so far as we look at the video of Luka?
Well, first of all, the Clippers have been fantastic on defense. Everything is a struggle offensively. Luka Doncic understands he's overplayed here. Obviously anticipates the pass and drives the closeout, gets to the basket. An easy opportunity and three-point opportunity there on that play. And then, of course, against great defense, get out in transition. Before the defense can get set, his eyes are up. He attacks the defender. Once again, gets to the rim. And on this last clip, he misses a three, but, of course, follows his shot. And again, able to attack the basket, get in there for the little floater. He's having a hard time in those isolation one-on-one plays, but in those situations where he can get to the basket in transition, those sort of broken plays, that's where he's been effective. But really, the Clippers have neutralized him, and it's been their sort of total team effort defensively, making him struggle out there from the floor.
And the Mavs' ball movement, their three-point shooting, a big part of their offense this year. 5 of 19. Meanwhile, the other side, they're 8 for 18 in L.A. But before we get to Kawhi and company, Candace, we're watching Powell. And you can always tell athletes who have gone through injuries because you had to leave the room after you saw this happen, didn't need to wait for the news we feared and then got on the Achilles with Powell.
Well, you hate to see a player go down in that way. When there's no contact, usually it's not a good diagnosis. And obviously, I wish the best for him individually as a player, because I think a lot of people see these players get injured and you don't realize how long it takes to come back, and the recovery, the surgery, the rehab, and the hours you could have spent working on your game, you're spending trying to even get back on the court. So obviously, I mean, our thoughts and prayers are going out to him, and Dallas is going to miss him. I mean, he's a stretch forward that could shoot the basketball, versatile. He's been playing well for them this year.
Tough, a lot of second chance points, too. He's always one of those guys who's giving them extra opportunities. The opportunity, anytime we get to Zeke, watch Kawhi. It's like, and we sat there in the finals watching it last year, you marvel at just how much better he's gotten, but now we need to marvel at he gets even better than that somehow. And he, after a struggle early, really turned it on offensively down the stretch in the half.
He really did. I mean, he's got 14 points right now, but he's really not shooting the ball that well. He's 3 of 14 from the field. And this is what you admire about the great players in our league. They figure out ways to score and also ways to impact the game defensively, rebounding-wise, and then they work themselves into the game. got off to a slow start. Now let me see if I can get something easy. And by the way, let me slap Luka in the face while I dunk on him too. But those are the type of things that get you going. And, you know, I think Dallas has done a relatively good job on him defensively. But then, Candace, you was talking about the Clippers in terms of potentially being a defensive juggernaut. And we look at what they've done to Dallas in the first half, 38% from the field, 26% from the three-point line. So defensively, the Clippers right now are in a very solid and good position.
Yeah, and when you get to the line, I mean, a coach's dream, right? Z, 18 of 19. Clippers from the line, 8 of 8 for Kawhi, who's finding other ways to score.
But you know what, Case?
Go ahead. No, what? Z?
When you 18 to 19 from the foul line, and that speaks to these numbers here defensively, 38%, 26%, because when you get to the foul line, what that gives you a chance to do is set your defense. Now I'm making the other team play 5 against 5 every single time. And this was the importance of getting to the foul line. And right now, you know, in the league, we don't emphasize getting to the foul line enough, because when you get to the foul line, it gives you a chance to really set your defense. And if you can play 5-on-5 defensively against the 5 offensive players all the time, then that gives you a chance to be a great defensive team.
Yeah, and a lot of times, look, defense, we talked about it, Candace and G, what the Clippers are capable of, and we know not with Paul George back yet, but the fast break points. Look, you don't use Luka's unbelievable player. Fast is not something that's used in the description. They're not getting up and down the court as quickly, but the Clippers, every time you saw Kawhi on the rebounds, looking up, Candace, quickly, 18-6 on the fast break points, guys.
Well, that's what you try to do. I mean, 18-6, they're killing them getting up and down, but I think a lot of that is because they are neutralizing Luka and they are neutralizing Porzingis. You think about Dallas dependent on shooting the outside three. Those are long rebounds. You're able to get out in transition. You're able to get your offense started. You're able to get Kawhi some easy looks. I mean, that's what we expected from the Clippers coming into this year, is to use their defense to affect their offense.
You know, the other thing people don't talk about, you guys would certainly know, but you think about on the outside looking in, mentally, you saw Doncic's reaction to teammates when Powell goes down. Hey, got to get back in, and coaches can say whatever they want. That's not easy, Grant, clearly.
It's not easy when your guy goes down right there. Certainly a big blow, but hopefully they can regroup at halftime, come out better in the third quarter.
Like when you fell outside your house and then, you know, came back with the cast on. It's a great time.
It was in my house.
I'll show you the video. Oh, you fell in the house?
Yeah, on the stairs.
On the stairs. Yeah. I was going to keep that part out. You were fighting off muggers. That's a cat.
Better watch his wrist.
I mean, why don't you like cats, Greg?
How do you know you can do that?
Is that a dog? Looks like a cat. What kind of dog is that? What kind of dog is that?
It's a little dog.
I mean, it's a very small dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Backwards flip.
Backflip.
Very